So you're asserting that today's generation of American educators has accomplished more than past generations of teachers and administrators. However, the media, the government officials, and the community at large insist that U.S. schools are failing. What would you say to those who don't acknowledge educators' unparalleled accomplishments?
I'd say that this is not a question of opinion, it's a question of fact. And the facts are clearly in support of the idea that we're getting the best results we've ever had in American history in terms of our public education system. For the very first time in American history, our graduation rate has increased to over 80%. And that increase is seen in every demographic group. So Black students, Hispanic students, white students, Asian students, Native American students, doesn't matter. We're graduating students at higher rates than ever before in our history. Student achievement on standardized tests is higher than it's ever been. We score higher on the National Assessment of Educational Progress and have scored higher every time that test has been given. Over the past 20 years, it's given every 4 years. And every time our student achievement increases. We're one of the top 10 nations in the world on the International Math and Science Test, and one of the few nations that's seen its scores improve every year that test has been given. And that test is given to 4th, 8th, and 11th grade students every 3 years. We have a higher percentage of students earning college credit in high school than ever before. In fact, 1 out of every 5 graduates last year accelerated their learning, completed the high school curriculum, and took college-level courses and earned credit in those courses. And that far exceeds anything that was occurring in our past history. So we have more students taking more rigorous curriculum and being successful in it. And that, again, includes all of the subgroups. It's not just one group of students that's experiencing that. I think another way to assess the effectiveness of any organization is customer satisfaction. And for over 40 years, the Gallup poll has been polling parents on their perceptions of the nation's schools as well as their perceptions of their local schools. And nationally, parents are convinced that our schools are not doing very well. In fact, 10% of them in the last poll said that our schools are actually failing across the nation. And that was the first time it was ever in double digits. But when it comes to their local schools, they are very, very impressed by their local schools. More than 3 out of every 4 parents give their local school a grade of A or B. And if you looked at 5-year chunks in that longitudinal history, the highest ratings parents have ever given in terms of satisfaction with their local school has occurred within the last 5 years. I think another customer satisfaction consideration might be, how do students themselves feel about their schooling experience? And the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development has been surveying students in terms of their perceptions of their relationships with their teachers. And our students consistently give American teachers some of the highest scores in the world. For example, one of the questions asked, do you believe your teacher is interested in your total well-being? Over 90% of the American students says, yes, I do believe that, as compared to a nation like Japan where only 28% said, yes, my teacher is interested in my well-being. So when you look at all the indicators, it's really impossible to come up with a solution that says our schools are failing or our schools are getting worse. They're actually getting the best results we've ever had in the history of American education.